What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Night YouTube channel. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be playing War with the Evil Power Master. This is a really cool adventure game, sort of like a narrative-driven adventure game, choose your own adventure, and it's based on the book by R.A. Montgomery. So there's a book called War with the Evil Power Master, and there's a game adaptation of the book. This is a really interesting game. It's pretty different from pretty much all the other games that I've played on the channel. It's very, very unique. And I found it in a local bookstore, and it was just sitting all by itself on the shelf, and I was like, that looks really interesting. It's also by Z-Man Games. They put out a bunch of games. I'm having trouble thinking of some of the other games off the top of my head that I've played by them, but that name is definitely very, very familiar to me. So I'm sure I've played some of their other games before. Maybe you guys can let me know down in the comments. But yeah, guys, so we're going to get into it. This is the box for the game here. Cool stuff. It says, can you defeat the Evil Power Master? The Evil Power Master will destroy the galaxy, but not if you and your friends can stop him. Make risky choices, collect bizarre data, and face mortal challenges, all to save the Lacunian system from doom. Play again and again to uncover more secrets and more exciting endings. So it's really, really cool. It's like every time you play through the game, you're going to get a bunch of different scenarios. There's this big, giant, massive stack of cards over here. And they serve to further the narrative and the story. And we've got four characters, four protagonists here. We've got Commander Chen, we've got Terra, Flipto, and Dante, a little robot guy down here, Dante. Cool, so we got a couple like humanoid, human characters, and we've got like an alien guy here, and then Dante, their little robot sidekick. So really, really cool stuff. We've got the board set up here. This is going to be where all the action takes place, and we're going to set up the board now. So we're going to take one of these cubes and set it on 0 on the EPM meter, which stands for Evil Power Master meter. If this meter ever goes all the way up and reaches 25, you lose the game. We're going to put this other cube here on 0 on the signal tracker, and we're essentially trying to find the location of the Evil Power Master. So we want this cube to go all the way around the track and reach 25, in which case we win the game. And then we're going to take these little discs right here, and we're going to give them a quick little mix. And they've got some numbers on the other side, and those are going to be used to increase our signal tracker strength whenever we travel between the different planets, if we're able to acquire these. So we're going to go ahead and place these randomly on each of the locations. And it's worth noting, too, that the blue ones are the weakest signal strength, and the pink ones have the highest signal strength. So obviously the yellow are in the middle. There we go. And then we've got our little ship tracker here. And we've got a dice right here, or a die. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take these 9 starter items right here, and we're going to shuffle them up. And we're going to deal one out to each of our 4 characters. Also, you could play this game with pretty much as many people as you want. Suppose if you play with 4 people, it's probably ideal because you can each take one character. But if you play solo, you just play with all of the characters. So now we're going to get 1 starter item for each character. So we've got Fallopian rocket fuel. It says we're going to give this to Chen. It says frothy fuel concoction made of super potent fallopian tree sap. Makes you go fast. Fallopian fast. Discard this card when traveling to a new planet. Increase the EPM meter by only 1 per each path segment traveled. So normally when you move between planets, it increases +2 on the Evil Power Master's meter, getting him closer to defeating you. But with this, you would discard it and you would only increase it by 1. So that's pretty cool. So we'll give that to Chen. You'll have the Fallopian rocket fuel. And then Terra is going to get the Galactic Nabber from Earth. Uses advanced Earth technology to retrieve items from long distances. Discard this card at any time to take back any 1 discarded challenge, booster, or assist item. And you'll see what those are soon enough. Essentially, you get challenge boosters and assist items from this data deck over here that will help you throughout the game. And assist items are essentially very similar to starter items. They're like, items that you can use during the game. Then we're going to give an item to Flipto. And he gets Lacunian Action Ointment. Tube filled with an energizing goo manufactured on Lacus. After a challenge roll, discard this card to roll again and add the second roll to your first roll for your challenge total. Interesting. So you discard this card, you get to roll again and add the second roll to your first. Oh, wow, that's really good. It's really good. So in the game, and this is going to make more sense as we get into the game. I'm going to kind of teach the game as we go here. It's not too much to it. It's easy to pick up as we go. We're going to run into certain challenges that take place on these story cards or potentially on these data cards. And they have 5 different attributes, essentially. They'll either be piloting, which is this little symbol right here, diplomacy, which is the handshake symbol, dexterity, which is the little loop-de-loop symbol, strength, which is the weight symbol, and then perception, which is the little like all-seeing eye symbol or eye of providence symbol. So those are the 5 different types, and depending on each character, they each have certain proficiencies that they're good at, and then deficiencies, I suppose, that they're bad at, and you'll be able to use your 4 characters to take on certain challenges. So this is pretty cool. This allows you to discard this card to roll again and add a second roll to your first roll for your challenge total. And to pass challenges, you need to roll equal to or higher than the challenge level. And the way that works is depending on where you are on the signal tracker, if you're in this light green section here, the challenge level equals 4. If you're in this medium green section, the challenge level equals 5. And if you're in the dark green, it equals 6. So down here in the light green, you would need 4 or better. If you're in this section, you need 5 or better. And finally, in that section, you need 6 or better. So you'll get what are called challenge boosters that will boost the number of your roll. Plus, your proficiencies will also boost or reduce the number of your roll. It's also worth mentioning, too, anytime one of your characters engages in a challenge, you'll flip their card over to the opposite side, to their inactive side, and you cannot use them for a challenge anymore until all 4 characters have been used, in which case you flip them back over to their active side. So now we're going to get one for Dante down here. We've got Void of Nero Shelter Belt. Personal force field from the Purple Days War. Discard this card before a challenge to automatically win the challenge without rolling. That is insane. Wow. That's crazy. Dante's got his little belt on wrapped around his little noggin over here. That's crazy. We're going to take the rest of the starter items. We've got 5 of them left. We won't be needing them for the playthrough, so we'll set them off to the side. So it's cool. You'll always get different starting items at the beginning of the game. Before we get into reading the first section of the game here, we're going to check out our characters so we can get acquainted with the characters. So we've got Commander Chen right here. He's 22 years old. His birthplace is Lacus, and his occupation is Primary Unit Commander of the Lacunian System Rapid Force. That's quite the job title for only being 22. That's pretty crazy. His bio says, so young, set entrusted with so much responsibility. A bit of a hothead. Once action, now analysis later. Has never been to Earth. Represented Lacus in the Lacunian System Kickboxing Championship. Got walloped by a guy from Fallop. His strengths are he's decisive, forthright, action-oriented, good in physical altercations. Weaknesses, rushes in without thinking, quick to anger, afraid of bugs and germs, untrained in fallopian kickboxing styles. There we go. So we've got Commander Chen. Then we've got Tara. Tara says she is 35 years old. Her birthplace is Earth. Let's go, Earth. Occupation, Lacunian Congresswoman. Her bio says, decorated veteran of the Purple Days War. Much wisdom, much experience, no nonsense, always effective, always in control, always there to slap you out of it, whatever it may be. Usually right. Her strengths, she's diplomatic, proactive, calm under pressure, and awesome whoops and hollers. Weaknesses, irritatingly competent, secretly smug, overly strong handshakes, never has time for this. So that is Tara. She's no nonsense, not messing around. We've got Flipto, our boy Flipto right here. He is 30 years old. His birthplace is Mars. His occupation, pilot, computer analyst, and bon vivant. I am probably mispronouncing that, and it's probably going over my head. Bon vivant? I don't know what that is. His bio is colleague and teammate of Chen. Rocks a pair of shorts like no one's business. 2 toes on each foot and 3 fingers on each hand. When not reading the collected works of Earth's Oscar Wilde, he often pursues cookbooks from exotic planets. His strengths, highly intelligent and analytical, good with machines and electronics, cool vest. Weaknesses, dispassionate, prone to pontificate, addicted to candy and baked goods. So there is Flipto right there. And then finally we've got Dante. Check out old Dante right here. It says age, unknown. Birthplace, Lacus. Occupation, piloting droid. His bio says Terra's companion. One very human-like eye, which is kind of freaky. One very human-like eyebrow, which is also kind of freaky. Head pops open often to reveal 12 articulated appendages, which do work busily, then disappear back inside him as quickly as they came out. Strengths. Excellent pilot. Sunny attitude. Can imitate voices. Adequate DJ. I respect that. Weaknesses. Poor depth perception. Gives painful hugs. Bad dancer. Can't even do the robot. Beeps at the worst moments. So there we go. That is, it says that it's Terra's companion. So he's Terra's little companion robot right there. Cool. Okay, guys. So those are our protagonists. Those are the characters that we're going to play the game as. So now we're going to actually get into the game. So the first thing you do is you draw up these first 3 cards here. And you always use this cover card to cover the rest of the cards. This is the Lacunian Congress, and I guess supposedly you would use this for the ones that you're actually using. So this is the Lacunian Congress. This is where you start every time. It says, "The evil Power Master is back," shouts Commander Chen to his green-skinned Martian friend Flipto, "and he's still doing his evil thing." Chen hands Flipto a message that just came into the Rapid Force Command from a remote sector of the vast Lacunian system. The news is grim. "Sudden total destruction of planet Marzina, Sector 314789. Evil Power Master claims responsibility. Have a nice day." Flipto crumples the paper message in his 3-fingered fist, his usual Martian self-control replaced by anger. "Did you expect anything else, Commander?" he demands. "We both knew he would be back, doing his evil thing. I hoped we had destroyed him in the Purple Days War," Chen says. "So many lives lost. So much carnage. So much purple." The Rapid Force officers sit in silence, remembering how the evil Power Master rallied the renegade planets that were denied entrance to the Lacunian System Alliance and led them in a rebellion. "His powers must be strong again," Chen says, breaking the silence, "or he would never have attacked." "You are primary unit commander," says Flipto. "What are your orders?" "Call all unit commanders to meet with the Lacunian Congress," Chen says. "We must plan for our defense, and maybe mount an attack." Chen and Flipto lead the other unit commanders into the Lacunian Congress. Countless voices fill the Great Hall, speaking hundreds of languages. The dread in their eyes is clear. Every conversation is about the evil Power Master doing a new evil thing. Chen meets with Terra, the congressional spokesperson. Terra is respected for her firmness and wisdom in Congress and for being a fierce veteran of the Purple Days War. "I knew that evil drip wouldn't stay quiet for long," Terra says. Before Chen can reply, the Great Hall is silenced by a booming metallic voice. It is the voice of the evil Power Master. "Give up, fools! Your time has come. Marzina is just a taste of my power. Give me total control of the system, or more planets will perish, including Hamog, Aith, and Earth. You have 3 days to comply." The hall erupts in chaos, with representatives from across the Lacunian system all rushing to contact their homeworlds. Rapid Force is on their own now. Terra is smiling, however. "Come with me," she says. "This may be our break." Chen is confused, but he trusts Terra. She saved his butt more than once during the war, and he'd like to continue to keep his butt intact. Terra takes Chen and Flipto to a computer room, where her one-eyed, one-eyebrow droid, Dante, sits in front of a console. "We got him now," Dante cries. "The evil Power Master's message led us right to him." Almost. Terra's smile fades. Almost? "He bounced the message through 9 planets," says Dante, "including a base here on Lacus. He must be on one of those 9. We'll have to explore the planets to find him." Flipto looks at the readouts. "The signal is too weak to pinpoint his location," he says, grabbing the last Cinnabar bagel from the table. "Then it will be like looking for an evil needle among 9 haystacks," Chen says, his stomach growling. "Or a bacterium growing among 9 gigantic Cinnabar bagels." Flipto shoots Chen a side eye. "You're not getting one bite out of this bagel," he hisses. "No time for bagels," snaps Terra. "We need to boost the signal." Flipto's forehead wrinkles. "If we visit planets where the evil Power Master has been, we can collect more transmission data," he says. "I can use the data to design an algorithm to boost the signal. Then we can find him," says Terra. "Flipto and I will head out on the Fizzlet," says Chen. "Dante and I are coming too," says Terra. "4 heads are better than 2, and 18 arms are better than 4, says Dante. "And this bagel is gone," says Flipto, polishing off the last bite. Determine your starting planet by rolling the die 2 times. The first roll determines the column. The second roll determines the row. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and roll. We rolled a 5, so that is the third column. So it's going to be one of these 3 planets, and then we're going to roll again. And we rolled a 5 once again, so it's going to be the bottom row. So it's this planet here, Aroth. So that is where we are starting our adventure. Start the game by placing the ship mover on the planet in that column and row and reading the first card in that planet's story card deck. Okay, we already did it. There we go. So now we need to find Aroth in the story card deck. All right, let's see what we got here, guys. See, isn't this an interesting game? This is such an interesting game. So this is Earth. Here, I'm going to put these on the bottom here. Actually, you know what? I'll leave those there. Let's see. We need to find Aroth. There are a bunch of planets. There are 9 of them, so it takes just a moment to find. Watch it be the last one. How much you want to bet? Place your bets now. Place your bets now. There it is. Yep, the last one. Of course. There we go. It's all good. And I believe these cards here are actually the ending cards. Yeah, we'll put those on the very bottom. Okay, set this here. Okay. Cool. I'm just going to set this over this way. Okay, so here we are on Aroth, guys. The Fizzlet slows down from light speed next to Carpath, a space frigate sent to survey the destruction of Aroth. Apparently, the evil Power Master made good on his word and destroyed the planet, which is now a field of debris that hauntingly orbits an unknown center. The crew boards and meets with Commander Rostrum, who grudgingly gives Dante and Flipto computer access. Free item, draw data 65. Okay, here we go, dudes. Now we're getting into it. We're going to draw a data card 65. Here we go. And you always keep these data cards in order, by the way. You don't shuffle those. Okay, data card 65. Remote mainframe access device. This device allows Wi-Fi access to Carpath's mainframe computer. Keep this challenge booster. Finish Aroth's story card intro. Okay, cool. So this is going to give us +1 to our perception. Flipto already gets +1 to his perception, and it looks like he's the only one. Does anybody get negative? Tara does. So I think I'm going to give it to her, so that way it'll kind of even out her negative perception. So she'll hang on to the remote mainframe device, access device. And you have to allocate all of these cards to one individual character. Not sure why Rapid Force is here, says Rostrum. There's no planet left for lawbreakers to inhabit. Commander Chen considers the body bags stacked in the bay before replying. We won't be here long, he says. We're looking for anything to help us find the evil Power Master and make that no-good lowlife pay, adds Tara. Rostrum points to the ringed field of debris on the view screen. You see anything useful out there? Nothing left of Aroth but bodies and rubble. Fascinating, says Flipto, which earns him a glare. That is, rings require a gravity well, he continues. When Aroth was destroyed, why didn't the debris disperse into space? There's a hidden anomaly in the center, says Dante, a gravity device. The Carpath can't get close enough to investigate, says Rostrum. We're too big to chance it. We can help with that, Chen says. Whoa, shouts Flipto, noticing something out the window. Never thought I would see one of those. Stop gawking, Martian, yells Rostrum. He looks at Chen. Yours is an undisciplined command. I mean, he's wearing shorts and a vest. Disgraceful. Chen's face turns bright red. He opens his mouth to deliver a devastating retort, but Flipto saves the situation. Sensors detect a space squid entering the vicinity, Commander Rostrum, sir, Flipto says in his most formal tone. Red alert, calls Rostrum. The Carpath's crew scrambles to their stations. Time for you 4 to leave. If you intercept the space squid, go to Aroth's story card 7. If you investigate the gravity anomaly, go to Aroth's story card 3. Oh, man. I want to intercept the space squid, guys. I want to do that. We're going to do that. So we're going to go to story card 7. Okay, so let's see. Okay, here we go. This game is so cool. The crew returns to their own ship. What the heck is a space squid? Chen asks. Think of it as a giant squid. In space, says Dante. Flipto taps the controls to start the engines. They appear after space battles to feed on organic flotsam. You mean bodies, says Tara. Chen shudders at the thought of a giant monster eating Aroth's 8 billion dead. We should help Rostrum destroy it, Chen says, whether he wants our help or not. By Lacunian law, we should protect it, says Tara. Chen slams his fist on the console, causing a klaxon to blare. He jabs at the button several times before he manages to shut it off. What should we do? He asks. Tell Rostrum to stand down while we talk to a squid? Scientific reports indicate space squid are highly intelligent, says Flipto, and may communicate through hypertonic emanations, or hyperphotonic emanations. Chen stares at the monitor. The space squid jets ever closer to the debris rings, leaving clouds of black droplets behind. If you talk to the space squid, go to Aith story card 4. If you fight the space squid, go to Aith story card 9. I think we should talk to it, guys. Let's be diplomatic here. Let's be a little bit diplomatic. So go to Aith story card 4. All right. Let's see here. We're going all the way back to 4. Okay. It says, I guess Tara is right, Chen says. Even space squids have space rights. I'll try to buy us some time with Rostrum, says Tara. Dante opens a radio channel while Flipto drops beneath the console. Carpath, stand down, Tara says into the microphone. We have a plan. You have 60 seconds, replies Rostrum icily. Chen looks under the console. Whatever you're doing down there, Flipto, do it quicker. Flipto yanks out wires, licks the ends, and reconnects them. Rerouting hyperphotonic inducer through the impulse housing, he says. I can softcode a duodecimal translator to produce light messages. Just tell me when it's done, Chen says, rubbing his temples. Done, says Flipto. I asked the squid to leave, so we may bury our dead. Chen and Tara are stunned as the squid turns to depart. Would be nice if it could get the gravity device for us first, Chen says facetiously. Flipto taps out a new message. Required challenge. Ask the squid for help. Okay, so we have a diplomacy challenge here, so we need to check to see who's got good diplomacy. Well, it looks like Tara and Dante both have good diplomacy. I think we're going to go with Tara. Also, she's got this Galactic Nabber from Earth. Discard this card anytime to take back any one discarded challenge booster. Okay, she does have this challenge booster that gives us +1 to her perception, but we're not doing that right now. So we need to go ahead and roll. So the challenge level right now is 4. And this is a diplomacy challenge, so she's going to get +1 diplomacy. So we need a 3 or better right here. And we got a 2. Crap. Not good. Not good. Raise the EPM meter by 2. Another active character must try. Uh-oh. Okay, so we use Tara, so we have to flip her over to her inactive side. Another active character can try. I guess we'll use Dante because he also has +1 diplomacy, so we'll flip him over. And again, we need 3 or better. Yes, okay, we got it. Let's go. Continue reading below. The squid jets to the center of the rings, returns, and offers the crew a strange device. Draw data 59. Okay, let's go ahead and grab data 59. And let's see. Hopefully this is going to be this gravity device here. See what the squid brings us. The gravity engine. The weird gizmo pulses with a mysterious glow. There's a serious black market for these things in the void of Nero. Keep this challenge booster. Go to Aith story card 11. So wow, this gives you +2 to, I believe this is dexterity. Dude, that's cool. Who do we want to give that to? Flipto gets -1 to that. So we're going to give him this so he'll get +1 instead. Okay, and then we have to go to story card 11. Okay. This thing is fascinating, says Dante. Chen sighs. The droid has been tinkering with the device for an hour while Flipto has droned on about flavored quarks, strange muons, and a playful buffet he sampled one time on Graxus Prime. What is it, Dante? Chen asks. And please use small words. I call it a gravity engine, says Dante. It tears matter apart and rebuilds it as particles of pure gravity, Flipto explains. Chen and Tara stare at Flipto, their mouths slack. It changes the gravitational constant, says Dante, on a planetary scale. That thing destroyed Aith with gravity? Tara asks. Well, yes, says Flipto. Can it do it again? Chen asks. No, says Flipto. It's missing its impulsion marble. It's a pivotal component of the device. Any idea where the evil Power Master sent this item from? Asks Tara. We tracked the signal to a base outside the system, says Dante. Draw data 70. Okay. It's getting real now, dudes. It's getting real now. What do we got? Okay, we got data 70. A scan of the area where the transmissions originated. It says data find. A scan of the area where the transmissions originated reveals an abandoned space station. The transmission data gets added to the tracking algorithm. Turn over the disk and raise the signal tracker the amount shown. If any character has one or more of the following data, raise the tracker the additional amount shown. Okay, so we're going to flip this over. If you ever see this sign, that means that we are successful and we get to flip our disc over. Okay, so we've got a 6. So we're going to get to raise this by 6. But then if we have data 66, data 28, or starting item 1. Let's see, do we have starting item 1? No, we don't. Do we have 66? No, we've got 65, and we don't have 28. Dang. Okay, so we don't get any extra, but we do get to increase our signal tracker by 6. So it's going to go up like that to 6. Very, very nice. Okay, awesome. And then choose a new planet to explore. Awesome. Okay, cool. So we were successful on Aith. That's amazing. So I'm going to put this back where it goes. Very good. Okay, off to a good start, guys. We're off to a good start. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Okay, cool. So we're done with Aith. Nice. I'll place that one off to the side. We're not going to need it for the rest of the game. So now we get to decide where we want to go. We can either go up here. We can go to any planet, but for each planet that we travel to, we're going to get +2 on the EPM meter. And remember, if it reaches 25, you'll lose the game. You can also look below and see the one on the left. The icon on the left will show you what challenges you're more likely to face. So like at the Void of Nero, you're more likely to face piloting challenges, and you're second most likely to face perception challenges. Considering we have Flipto and Chen left, he's good at strength and dexterity. He's good at piloting, and he's also good at perception. Ooh. So we should go to the Void of Nero. Okay, we're going to go to the Void of Nero, and we're going to raise the EPM meter, the Evil Power Master meter, by 2. Okay, so now we're going to look for the Void of Nero in here. Okay. Is it going to be the last one again, guys? Is it going to be the last one? I don't remember what order they were in. Also, it helps too if you set these out on the table beforehand. But yeah, it's all good. We'll just go through them. Here we go. There is the Void of Nero. All right. Here we go. What do we got? The Void of Nero. Reports of a strange energy beam lead the crew to the space frigate Menton, patrolling the edge of the Void of Nero. Flipto convinces Commander Chen to use the teletransporter to board the Menton, even though the commander has always hated being dematerialized. Sure enough, when he rematerializes on the Menton, the process proves less than perfect. Chen jiggles his foot a few times until all the pieces of his leg fall into place. The commander of the Menton, Sartan, appears. Need some help with that? She asks, a wry smile on her face. Chen avoids eye contact while Tara chuckles quietly. We have much to discuss, Sartan says, then strides to a large view screen that reveals the Void of Nero, an immense area of dark energy. She taps a few buttons, the void enlarges to fill the screen, and a planet comes into view. Yesterday, that beam of unknown energy appeared on this planet, she says. But that's... Tara starts, stunned. Yes, says Flipto. It's purple, the planet we saved from the evil Power Master during the Purple Days War. The thought of purple raises old demons. Chen focuses on the task at hand. Where's the beam heading? He asks. Impossible to tell, says Dante after analyzing Sartan's data. No known planet lies in its path. We need a void ship, Tara says. There, I can help, says Sartan. She leads the crew to a small spacecraft shaped like an arrowhead, a void ship built to push through dark energy. Chen looks at Flipto and smiles. Perfect, just like the one we flew in the Purple Days War, he says. Flipto raises an eyebrow. I don't recall those days being perfect, he says. A sleek droid is fueling the ship. You can take the droid, says Sartan. It's an excellent void pilot. Dante clatters over to the droid and asks, what is your make and model? I am a Protor 331, it says. I am a pilot, astrogator, and companion. We'll stick with Dante, Chen says. Sartan says, but Protor is clearly superior to your rudimentary droid. We'll stick with Dante, says Dante, cheerfully interrupting her in a perfect imitation of Chen's voice. Flipto looks at the void ship. Should we follow the beam to its origin, he asks, or to its destination? If you go to the origin of the beam, go to Void of Nero story card 2. If you go to the beam's destination, go to Void of Nero story card 10. Ooh. I kind of want to go to its origin. Let's see where it's originating from. So we're going to go to story card 2 here. Dante flies the ship into the void and follows the energy beam to its source. Chen thinks about purple. Without a star, its people lived in near total darkness with no technology. Yet they were a happy society that crafted tools, made shelters, and lived off the land. That sounds pretty nice. That was before the evil Power Master subjugated them. He devised void-piercing technology and attacked the galaxy from the safety of purple. We have reached purple, says Flipto, bringing Chen back from his reverie. The violet-colored planet is barely noticeable within the void's miasma, but the white beam flares like a beacon. Free item, draw data 18. Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying this, man. It's story time with Game Night. It's story time with Game Night, dudes. Here we go. Planetary scanner. Staccato beeps emanate from the console as the sensors scan the planet from orbit. After 12 beeps, a handheld planetary scanner pops out of the console. Keep this challenge booster. Finish Void of Nero story card 2. So this gives us +1 perception. Who do we want to give this to, man? We'll give it to Chen. We'll give it to Chen since he's still one of our active characters. I gotta not forget about our other stuff over here, too. What do those things do? Because I did forget. Discard this card when traveling to a new planet to increase the power by only 1. Okay, I got to remember to do that next time we travel. We got this one. We're not worried about this one right now. It's when you take back one. Discard anytime to take back any one discarded challenge booster. We haven't used any of those yet. And then we've got the Lacunian Action Ointment. After a challenge roll, you can discard this card to roll again. Oh yeah, that one's really good. And then we got this one that you can discard this card before a challenge to automatically win. Okay, we got to remember that we got stuff for challenges. That stuff is really, really good. As the Fizzlet orbits, a second beam, and remember, the Fizzlet is the ship that we're on. As the Fizzlet orbits, a second beam flares on purple and heads for them. Okay. If any active or inactive character has data 005, the team automatically wins the challenge below. Do we have data 005? Crap, we don't. Okay, we got to take a piloting challenge. Required challenge. Dodge the energy beam and land on purple. Okay, our only two characters that are active are Flipto, and he does get +1 to his piloting, and Chen. So we're going to go with Flipto. We're going to go with Flipto, and... Okay, we could do this after a challenge roll. So let's see what we get here first. So we need... we're on challenge level 4. We're getting +1, so we need a 3 or better. And we got a 2. So what I'm going to do is use the Lacunian Action Ointment. It's a tube filled with an energizing goo manufactured on Lacus. After a challenge roll, so we just rolled, discard this card to roll again and add the second roll to your first roll for your challenge total. So we're going to discard this over this way. Actually, I'll discard it out of view over here with the other starter item. So we get to roll again. So anything we roll, we get to add to the 2, which is a 6, 8. So we pass the check. Awesome. Go to Void of Nero. Story card 11. Okay, so we're going to go to 11. Skipping way ahead. The ship lands on purple. A sound like thunder echoes in the air outside the ship. Dante spins in a quick circle as creatures run headlong toward the crew from all directions. The crew is soon surrounded by Purplians carrying clubs, spears, and axes, their mauve skin barely visible against the violet sky. Purplians are short. None stands taller than 4 feet. Their hairless bodies look like they've been chiseled from lavender stone. It's all coming back to me, Tara says. Yes, says a voice the crew remembers. How sad you would fall into my trap so easily a second time. The mob parts and the evil Power Master steps through. Oh my god. What's happening, guys? Would you fight the Purplians again, says the evil Power Master. Submit, and I may spare your lives and theirs. Oh my god, dudes. There he is. If you decide to fight, go to Void of Nero, story card 6. If you surrender, go to story card... Dude, we're not going to surrender. You kidding me? Go to story card 6. Look at this jerk. Look at the little Purplians back here, dude. Look at this jerk. We're fighting, bro. What is it, story card 6? Yeah. Story card 6. No surrender. No hesitation. What do we got? We're not far from the ship, whispers Flipto as Chen and Tara decide whether to fight or submit. They both know if the crew escapes, the Purplians will be punished. If there is a chance to end this here and now, they must take it. They nod at each other. We know you too well, evil Power Master, Tara says. If we surrender, you'll kill us or make us suffer forever. Chen whips out his blaster and aims at the evil one. This ends now, he screams and pulls the trigger. Nothing happens. Did you forget where you are? Says the evil one with a chuckle. Energy weapons do not work in the Void of Nero unless you're inside a dark energy shield, which you are not. With a last laugh, the evil Power Master slips through the throng of Purplians as they advance on the crew. If any active or inactive character has data 003 or data 036, skip the challenge below and draw data 26. Do we have 3 or 36? We don't have nothing, guys. We have nothing. Required challenge. Oh, yeah. We used Flip, though, for that other challenge, so we need to flip him. So Chen is the only one left. Fortunately, the required challenge is a strength check, and we've got Commander Chen up this way. So we're going to go ahead and flip him over. He gets +1 to his strength checks. So we need a 3 or better. Come on, baby. Oh, no. Draw data 62. Uh-oh, guys. This might be the end of the road. Are we about to get, like, destroyed by these Purplians here? Data 62. The crew is quickly subdued by the iron and stone weapons of the Purplians and thrown into cells. After some cunning plans and elaborate hijinks, we can't get into the thrilling details now. The crew manages to escape, but much precious time has been lost. The end. Raise the EPM meter by 4, discard the disc, and choose a new planet to explore. Dang. 1, 2, 3, 4. That sucks. So we don't succeed on the Void of Nero, so we have to discard this chip off to the side. That sucks. So that's the end of the story for the Void of Nero. We do continue the game, though. So this was 62. It's going to go here. So remember, once this reaches 25, you lose the game. Okay, we're going to keep on going. Dang, rip Nero, dude. Rip the Void of Nero. Set that off to the side. Okay, now since all of our characters are inactive, we get to flip them all back over to their active side, which is good. Which is great. There we go. And there we go. Okay, cool. Where do we want to go next? Blue is the weakest. But that's really our only option. If we go to this blue, then we'll be able to go over here to this pink. I like that. Let's do that. So we're going to head over to Old Lacus. We're going to increase this by... We're going to use the Fallopian rocket fuel. Frothy fuel concoction made of super potent Fallopian tree sap. Makes you go fast. Fallopian fast. Discard this card when traveling to a new planet. Increase the EPM meter by only 1 per each path segment traveled. Oh, per. Oh. So we could just skip right over to here. And then we'll still increase it by 2 because it'll be 1 per path. Let's do that. So that'll go up to 10. Because I want to skip through here and then come through here next time. I think. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. We're doing. I made up my mind. Okay, we're going to Lacus. Oh, actually, we're not. We're going to Fallop. All right. Makes sense. We just used that fallopian stuff. So we're going to Fallop. Where's old Fallop? There it is. Good old Fallop, guys. Good old Fallop. Everybody knows Fallop, right? After a harrowing trip through hyperlight, the ship enters normal space near Fallop, a wild, woolly, and untamed world at the edge of the system. Fallop is packed with dense forests, windy plains, and surly attitudes. It is home to oversized plants that know not how to stop growing, and oversized beasts that know not how to love. This place sounds brutal. Fallop orbits a large star and has a near constant growing season. That's cool. Early attempts to colonize the planet failed when settlers were lost in the verdant wilds or were beset by terrible attacks from the loveless beasts. The most recent colony has fared better, allowing time for an agricultural research team to begin studying the planet's runaway growth. Orbiting Fallop, announces Dante. Chen nods. What is the status of the colony? He asks. The intense solar flare activity has subsided, says Dante, but magnetic field disruptions intermittently prevent scans. The colony has been out of touch for days, says Terra. Could be the flares, could be the evil Power Master. Communication with the colony should be possible, says Flipto, but I have received no response yet. We'll have to land to get answers, says Chen. Dante, take us down. The comm beeps loudly, cutting Chen off mid-sentence. Dante's head pops open and extends an extra arm to punch a button and play the message. Fallop's largest moon. Please send help. SOS. This is a research group 32. We're stranded on Arbonne, Fallop's largest moon. Please send help. A looping message originating from Arbonne, says Dante as he toggles off the comm. Isn't your cousin in? Starts Terra. That's right, says Chen. Colin was sent from Lacus to Fallop as part of the research group 32. He gave me a gift before he left. Free item. Draw data 148. That is a cool little image right there of Dante. That is cool. Okay, so data 148. Whoa, we're going way down in there. 148. Let's see what we got here, guys. Let's see what we got. Hyperthermal binoculars. We got some binocs. This device can detect and display heat through dense material that the human eye cannot see through. such as the dense verdant growth on Fallop. Keep this challenge booster and finish Fallop story card 1. This also gives us perception. We're getting a lot of perception challenge boosters here. I guess we'll give this one to Dante. He hasn't gotten anything yet. We'll give that to Dante. Okay. Then we can decide if we land on Fallop, we're going to go to story card 3, or if we respond to the SOS. Let's talk about all these beasts and stuff. I think I'd rather just respond to the SOS. So we're going to go to story card 7. I don't want to land on the planet and get beat up by giant plants and beasts. The Lacunian code requires us to respond to an official distress signal, says Chen. Agreed, says Flipto, but this could be a trap to lure us away from Fallop. It won't hurt to take a closer look, says Terra. Dante, put us in orbit. Setting course now, confirms Dante. The ship arcs around Fallop towards its largest moon. A thick jungle covers most of Arbonne. A few large rivers and a huge lake are visible from orbit, but the rest is obscured by foliage. Can we determine if that SOS is genuine? Asked Chen. Required challenge. Analyze the distress signal, and we need a, this is a perception check here. So, let's see, guys. Let's see. We get +1 percentage. She gets -1, though. We're gonna do Flipto. Yeah, we're going to do Flipto. So he's going to get +1 to his perception. So we need a 3 or better. And we got a 6. Nice. Awesome. He's very perceptive right now. Must be that bagel. Raise the signal tracker by 1 and continue below. Hell yeah. Okay, but now we're moving into challenge level 5 range. Okay, so it's going to be harder to complete challenges now, but should be okay. So it says continue below. The SOS is genuine, says Dante. Flipto analyzes Dante's data. Interesting, he says. There is a background echo consistent with the evil Power Master's signals. So he may be here, says Chen. We should land quickly and locate the research team. I really hope Colin is all right, says Chen. I'm sure he's fine, says Tara, consoling Chen. I think it makes more sense to conduct an aerial search first. Aw, she's consoling him. How sweet. If you land on Arbonne, go to Fallop story card 6. If you search from orbit, go to story card 10. We got to go save him, man. We got to save him. We got to save Colin. Let's land on Arbonne. Let's do it. Let's go against my better judgment and land on Arbonne. Dante pilots the ship to the southern hemisphere of Arbonne and descends near a large, bare patch of ground, a dry lake bed. This is the obvious landing spot, says Chen. It's wide, flat, and open. They may have crashed in the surrounding jungle, says Flipto, frowning thoughtfully. There's a strange crack down there, notes Dante, preparing to land. It appears to be growing. Optional free action. If you have data 5, you may draw data 87. Do we have data 5? We don't. We don't have nothing, guys. The atmosphere is thick but breathable, Flipto says, checking the gauges. Tara exits the ship. Why is the ground all squishy? She asks. Life sign detected, exclaims Dante. Finally, says Chen. Where? Dante emits a loud beep. All around us. The ground shakes violently. Back to the fizzlet, cries Chen. Now! Required challenge. Reach the ship in time. Oh, man. Oh, and we just used Flipto. Dang, and he had a +2 to his dexterity. We got to make a dexterity check. No. Oh, that would have been so good. Well, Commander Chen and Tara both have plus dex. We're going to go with Tara. We're going to go Tara. She's going to get +1. Now we need 4 or better. Oh, we got a 50-50, guys. Oh. Dudes, we rolled a 2. Draw data card 133. Oh, is this going to be another loss? Not like this. Not like this, guys. 133. You know what? I'm going to leave this set off to the side. That way I don't got to dig through it all again, because I'm probably going to have to put this right back. Yeah. Before anyone can react and race for the ship, the ground opens and a pair of giant jaws swallows Tara, Chen, and Flipto in one thundering snap. Only Dante avoided the jaws. The end. Raise the EPM meter by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god. Discard the disc. Guys, we're getting wrecked. Choose a new planet to explore. What? So we don't die? What is it, like belch us out or something like that? Oh my god. Crazy, dudes. Crazy. Okay, well, we're not doing too hot, guys. We failed on Fallop. The evil Power Master is about to reach full power level up this way. We got to go to a new planet. Damn, dudes, that was crazy. I can't believe that. That sucks. Okay, how does that make sense? How do we not die? Okay, we could either go down here to Proxima Centauri with the intention of going to Hanog, which is what I originally wanted. But then we're gonna have to pass through Aith and then gain more. Oh man. Or we go up here and get some of these medium ones. Yeah, maybe we go try to get some medium ones, I think. So we're gonna go to Earth, man. We're going to good old Earth. We're gonna get 2 increased on the Evil Power Master here. Oh man, dude. The EPM meter is popping off. We're going to Earth though, guys. Let's go. Good old Earth. Good old Earth. Here we are. Here we are. Nice. We're going to Terra's hometown of Earth. Earth, Commander? Flipto asks. Are you certain? Absolutely, Chen says. He opens the equipment locker and pulls out 3 vacuum-sealed Enviro suits. The Martian frowns. But no one has set foot on Earth for years. Which makes it the perfect place for the Evil Power Master to hide, says Chen. Set a course, Dante. Dante's mechanical arms punch in the coordinates and the fizzlet rumbles. The stars outside spin and twist in a spiraling swirl, a sight that always makes Flipto think of frozen yogurt. But the Martian isn't licking his lips this time. Tara, Flipto says, your people abandoned this world for a reason. All records of that were lost during the Purple Days War, Tara retorts, stepping into her Enviro suit. Earth may have been the Evil Power Master's hideaway since those violent days. Flipto shakes his head, but dons his own Enviro suit anyway. Within minutes, the ship emerges into real space. A green and blue globe spins beneath them. Dante executes a perfect landing in a forest clearing. Scanners indicate copious life signs and residual radiation, the little robot says. Be prepared for anything. The 4 crew members exit the fizzlet into a lush green forest with trees higher than the skyscrapers on Lacus. For a moment, everyone simply listens. No droning traffic, no static from neon billboards, no rumble of passing starships. Chen looks puzzled. I expected more. I don't know, ruins? Pollution? Flipto frowns and checks the chrono on his wrist. It appears nature has reclaimed everything. Just then, the bushes before them shake, and a man steps out. He is slouched over, with long hair and a heavy brow. He holds a crude club in his hand and wears a leopard skin tunic. The man takes one look at the crew and runs screaming back into the woods. After a moment of stunned silence, Tara says, was that a caveman? Flipto frowns and checks his chrono again. Perhaps there was a malfunction with our hyperdrive, he says, and we somehow time-shifted into Earth's distant past. Howdy, comes a voice from behind them. Everyone turns and sees that another man has emerged from the other side of the clearing. This one rides a horse and wears a plaid shirt. He tips his 10-gallon hat to the crew and smiles. Y'all looking for something? No one knows what to say. Flipto frowns in his cheeks and checks his chrono again. The cowboy shrugs and spurs his horse, riding back into the trees. This stinks of evil masterminding, Tara says. Chen instinctively removes his helmet and confirms that he can breathe in Earth's atmosphere. If you follow the caveman, go to story card 2. If you follow the cowboy, go to story card 5. We're going to story card 5 because it's fun to do a cowboy accent. Here we go. Going to story card 5. Dante leads the crew south along the cowboy's most likely course. The trees start to thin out after 20 minutes, and the sun beats down as shade recedes. Chen begins to regret wearing his heavy Rapid Force uniform. Reminds me of a Martian winter, Flipto says. The path leads you to a majestic cliff, when suddenly 3 riders on black horses stampede into the path, cutting you off. The lead rider pulls out a wicked 6-shooter. Stop right there, the lead rider shouts through a bandana. Bandits, Tara yells. Smart lady, the bandit says. Empty out your pockets, unless you're hankering for a sudden case of lead poisoning. Flipto, excuse the terrible accent, guys. This is fun. I'm having fun. Flipto gives Chen a look. They're not about to lose everything they've found to some ill-mannered miscreants. Required challenge. Another dexterity. Outshoot the bandits. So crap. Okay, well, Commander Chen's got +1 dex, so we're going to go ahead and go with him. We need a 4 or better. Can we pass a challenge, please? Do we got anything we could freaking use, dudes? What is this? Planetary scanner. Keep this challenge. Nope, that doesn't help us. This is for Dante. That doesn't, yeah, nothing helps us. And we got to use the ones that are attached to the character doing the challenge. So we roll. Dudes, we got a 4. That's what we needed, right? 4 or better? Yeah, 4 or better. Let's freaking go, dudes. Yeah. Draw data, 134. All right. Can I cut right to it? No. Can we cut right to it? Oh, close. There we go. What the hell? 134? Yeah. A dinosaur egg. What? You were quick on the draw, and the bandits dropped dead. Out of the lead bandit's coat rolls the lead bandit's coat rolls a green and orange dinosaur egg, the size, shape, and color of a really gross grapefruit. Keep this card and finish Earth Story card 5. Okay, so I guess Chen will pick that up. With the bandits dead, the forest returns to silence. That was some darn fine shooting, comes a voice from behind. It's the cowboy. Where are you folks from? Out of town, Chen says. Way out, Dante adds. Seems about right, the cowboy says with a nod. What can I help you all with? He would not say you all. He would say, what can I help y'all with? I know, I'm from the south. Tara squints. Was this man watching while the bandits attacked the crew? If you ask the cowboy about the evil power master, go to story card 11. If you don't trust the cowboy and want to scale the cliff, go to Earth story card 10. I want to find out, dude. We're going to ask him. We're going to get all the info we can. We're going to story card 11. You freaking kidding me? Freaking kidding me, dude? The cowboy nods slowly as Chen explains Rapid Force's quest and their desire to stop the evil power master's evil plans. He doesn't seem to grasp every word of it, but like a true cowboy, he understands that evil men need to be brought to justice. Bad eggs tend to come in batches, the cowboy says, and I know a real bad egg around these parts. Follow me. The cowboy leads the crew through the forest into a huge open plain filled with grazing Brachiosaurus. The lumbering beasts scoop up leaves in their massive jaws, unaware of the presence of intruders. The cowboy points to a column of smoke beyond the herd. Over yonder is the most wicked fella I know, he says. If anyone on Earth has seen this evil power galoot, it's him. He gestures at the gigantic dinosaurs and their huge stomping feet. Best of luck getting past those hombres. Required challenge. Another dexterity one. It says, navigate through the herd of Brachiosaurus. This thing lies. It says perception and diplomacy are the most common ones, and all we're running into is frickin' dexterity. So required challenge, navigate through the herd of Brachiosaurus. Unfortunately, we've got to use old Dante here, and he gets -1, and we're at challenge level 5, so we literally need a 6. Okay. Okay, real funny game. Real funny. Raise the EPM meter by 1. Another active character must try. Okay, so this gets raised. Dante has now exhausted himself, so now we flip all of these from their inactive side to their active side, and I'm going to use Flipto. I'm going to end up using Flipto because he is getting... Ooh, actually... Yeah, we're going to use Flipto because he's getting +2 from the gravity engine. And he also gets -1, so that's going to give us +1 essentially. So we need to roll a 4 or better. And if you roll a 1, when you use one of these challenge boosters, it actually destroys the challenge booster and you lose it. But if you roll anything else, you get to keep the challenge booster and continue using it for the adventure. Oh my god, let's go guys. We rolled a 6. Hell yes. Okay, that makes up for the crap we just rolled a minute ago. Draw data 144. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. That's way down in there. Is that like the last one? Oh, we got more over this way. 144. I hope you guys are enjoying this, man. I know this is very, very different from the games that we usually play on the channel, but I hope you guys are digging this, man. We got short range hover module. I just remembered, Dante announces, smacking his forehead. I recently installed this. A panel on his undercarriage slides open to reveal a hover module. The crew steps on and floats past the herd. Keep this challenge booster and finish Earth Story Card 11. Wow, that gives us +2 to our piloting. Holy crap. Tara gets -1 piloting. So does Chen. I think I'm going to give this to Tara to try to even out her piloting score. Okay, cool. With the herbivorous beasts outsmarted, you make your way toward the smoke. All right. Cool. So now we go to story card 7. Wait, is that it? Yeah, go to Earth story card 7. Okay. The crew works their way through the jungle and finds the source of the smoke. The charred remains of a covered wagon. A large pack of velociraptors with laser guns grafted on their foreheads. Laser raptors pokes through the wreckage. They know something, Chen says. Tara looks suspicious. This bunch isn't just going to share info with us. You got that right, the laser raptor in charge says. What can you trade us for it? They can talk, says Flipto. We've been looking all over for a missing embryonic organism in a calcium-fortified case, the laser-enhanced reptile says. If an active or inactive character has data 134, skip challenge below and draw data 146. We just got yeah, we got it. We got the dinosaur egg. Let's freaking go. So we get to skip the challenge and we draw data 146. Ooh. Ooh, what is this? We finally have something. I've read my fair share of paleontological texts, says Tara. They're talking about the egg we found on the bandit earlier. She presents the egg to the raptors. They accept it gratefully and place it lovingly on the ground, surrounding their precious one with dirt and leaves. Raise signal tracker by 2 and finish Earth story card 7. Okay, so we get to raise this by 2, making some progress here. Finish Earth story card 7. Do we get to keep the dinosaur egg? I don't know. It says, bleep, 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 bleep. The raptors chirp and bob their heads, eager to take the crew to their master. The crew follows the raptors deeper into the woods. Go to Earth story card 12. I would imagine that we lose the dinosaur egg, right? We would probably lose that because we just gave that to them. So this is 134. So we'll place that back in the deck over this way. Okay, cool. We actually got to use one of our items. That was amazing. It says, the prehistoric escorts lead the crew through the forest and into the mountains beyond. The going is rough, and as the elevation increases, the organic members of the crew feel the effects of the thinning air. In the late afternoon, everyone starts up a steep, rocky trail. Snow begins to fall. After an hour or so, a frost-covered samurai steps in front of the crew, preventing them from going forward. He rests his hand on the hilt of his sword and shouts in Japanese. He says we can't enter, Dante translates, unless we best him in combat. No problem, Chen says, cracking his knuckles. The samurai bows, then produces a set of playing cards and folds out a small table. Poor translation. My bad, Dante says. We need to best him in a game of Go Fish. He is very bored up here. Oh my god. This game is ridiculous, guys. It says, required challenge. Beat the samurai at Go Fish. And it is a perception challenge. Okay, this cool little image of the samurai there. So we need to beat him at Go Fish. We need a perception. Let's see, we've got +1 perception here. We've got +1 perception here. We're gonna use Dante, and you know what? Should I save this? No, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I don't want to use that just yet. I'm gonna wait until our signal tracker goes up even higher. I'm gonna use this. We're gonna use the hyperthermal binoculars here, and we'll get +1 to our challenge here. So we need a 4 or better. Oh my god, guys. Raise the EPM meter by 2. Another active character must try. Oh my god. Uh-oh. It's almost crunch time, dudes. I guess I'm going to use Chen, and he's got the planetary scanner that's given us +1 to our perception. So we need a 4. And we got it. Let's go. Raise the signal tracker by 2 and continue below. Okay, we're at 11. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. The samurai grunts. His Go Fish skills are very rusty. He stands aside and permits everyone to pass. Go to Earth story card 8. All right. Earth story card number 8. Chen, Tara, Flipto, and Dante find themselves at a domed structure nestled deep in the mountains. It is covered in satellite dishes, radio antennas, and telescopes. The front door is unguarded. Inside, the structure is much bigger than it seemed from the outside. It is entirely hollow, and every surface is covered with screens. An old man sits in a padded velvet chair in the middle of the cavernous lair, watching Zulu warriors play tennis with Viking maidens on one screen and giggling Roman centurions wrestle gorillas on another. What the hell? The old man pets something in his lap. Dude, is this freaking Inspector Gadget, man? The dude from Inspector Gadget? The crew approaches, and Chen speaks, his voice echoing. You must pick up a lot of strange things on these screens. All boring stuff, the old man says. I've seen it 1,000 times. Bah! Did you make all this? Tara asks, getting closer. She sees that the man is petting a cat-like banana. What the hell, dude? Dude, it's like Hand Banana from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Oh my god. A closer look shows it's an actual banana with 4 legs, a tail, and a mouth full of fangs. Most, not all. The old man points at a screen. I didn't do that one. The screen is fuzzy and unclear. Required challenge. We've got another perception challenge that we've got to take here. And Tara gets -1 perception, but we do get +1 from the remote access frame or remote mainframe access device. So we got to roll a 5 or better. We got it. Oh my god. Let's go. Draw data 147. Data 147. Okay. Let's go, baby. Flipto fiddles with knobs to restore the image on the screen. It's looped video footage of the evil Power Master on Earth. The data provides excellent material to add to Flipto's algorithm. Turn over the disk and raise the signal tracker by the amount shown. If any character has one or more of the following data, raise the tracker the additional amount shown. 136, starting item 9, or 89. Do we have 136? No. Do we have starting item 9? We do. We have starting item 9, which is the galactic nabber from Earth. That's going to give us +3. And then do we have 89? No, we don't. But dudes, we're getting +3 to whatever this is. 8 plus 3. That's 11. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Dudes, we're almost there. We're almost there. That is amazing. Choose a new planet to discover. Oh my God, guys. We're actually almost there. This is crazy. Let's freaking go. It is crunch time, dudes. This could go either way, dudes. This could go either way. We're going to choose a new planet to explore. I guess let's go here to Silica. So we're going to get +2 when we go there on the EPM meter. Oh my God, we're only 2 from losing, dudes. So we're going to Silica. Also, we used Terra just now, so that would flip her to an inactive side. So we get to flip everybody back to their active side. Oh my goodness. Crazy, dudes. Crazy. All right, Silica, here we are, right here, right on top. Let's go. This is it, guys. This is going to be the climax of the story here. Let's see what happens. Dante pilots the ship toward the surface of Silica, a planet composed almost entirely of glass. Before the Purple Days War, Silica was a planet covered in deserts. The Silicans were peaceful sand farmers, supplying the Lacunian system with refined silica for all manner of electronic devices. In his first recorded attack, apparently launched on a Lark, a teenage evil power master aimed heat missiles at the Silica and its moons. The resulting inferno transformed most of the planet into glass and turned its moons into prisms. That is so cool. I mean, it sucks for them, but that's so creative. It's almost painfully beautiful, says Terra as the ship flies over crystal forests and mirror lakes. Light from the nearby star refracts through the interior of the planet, creating a kaleidoscope of color. It's going to get bright, folks, says Chen. Disco ball bright, adds Flipto. We're going to need some serious shades, chirps Dante. Free item, draw data 82. Okay. Data 82. What do we get? Red sunglasses, baby. Standard issue, rapid force sunglasses, optimized to make the wearer appear super rad to anyone who sees them. Keep this challenge booster, finish the Silica story card intro, and this gives us +1 to diplomacy. Who gets negative diplomacy? Flipto does. So we're going to give that to our boy Flipto. Okay. The evil Power Master signal originated near a town called Rainbow Alto, says Flipto. He provides Dante with coordinates, and soon the ship is zooming across Silica Valley, the planet's largest remaining desert, toward a quaint village of glass at the edge of the dunes. Be careful, calls Chen as the droid lands on a sheet of glass outside town. The warning is a bit late. Several large cracks spider out from the landing gear as the ship settles into place. Tread lightly, you delightfully clod... Wait, what? Tread lightly, you delightful clodhoppers, says Dante as the crew leaves the ship. Chen glares at the hovering droid. The crew enters Rainbow Alto, a typical tourist town of wide streets lined with shops. The shops, being made entirely of glass, don't need signs because tourists can see what's being sold inside with a quick glance. Where do we start? Asks Terra. Perhaps with those two suspicious-looking people, replies Flipto, pointing at a female glass silicon and a male sand silicon whispering to each other between two shops across the street. Don't point, hisses Chen at Flipto. That's just impolite. But the two silicons already caught sight of the rude Martian's finger, and the suspects run off in different directions. Dude, they are literally made of glass and sand. That is so cool. If you follow the glass silicon, go to Silica story card 8. If you follow the sand silicon, go to story card 5. I want to follow the glass one. I don't know. For some reason, I'm being more called to the glass one. So we're going to go to story card 8. The crew chases the glass silicon around a corner and into a shop filled with glass trinkets. It's going to be hard to find this guy. Commander Chen bursts through the door and lunges at the suspect. Oh, okay. She dodges behind a display of crystal ukuleles, causing Chen to miss her and knock 2 ukuleles into the air. The shopkeeper gasps. Dante, help! Terra yells, pointing at the "you break it, you buy it" sign, horrified. Silicon glassware is known throughout the system as the finest and most expensive in the galaxy. Dante extends 2 arms and latches onto the falling glassware. Lacus didn't give us the budget to cover stuff like that, Terra says, fanning her face. Flipto charges blindly past Terra to trap the suspect. On the way, his gangly legs bump another display, sending a glass banana monster sculpture flying. What is it with the bananas in this game? Dante sends a third arm out to catch it. The glass woman runs toward the rear of the shop. "Stop her!" yells Chen. "And don't break anything, gosh darn it," yells Terra. Required challenge. It is a dexterity challenge. Okay, we can finally use Flipto's dexterity again. Or, well, we already used it once, didn't we? Oh, yeah, because he gets the -1. We're going to use it again. We're going to use it again. So he's going to get +1 because we get the +2 from this booster here. So we need... Oh, man. So we're going to need a 5 or better? No, you know what, dudes? You know what, dudes? We're going to use Dante. We're going to use Dante. And we're going to use his starting item, which is insanely good. The Void of Nero Shelter Belt. Personal Force Field from the Purple Days War. Discard this card before a challenge to automatically win the challenge without rolling. Boom. Automatically succeed. Let's go. It says, raise the signal tracker by 1 and draw data 74. Oh my god, guys. We're only 2 away. We're only 2 away on either side. Draw 74. Dudes. I'm so invested at this point. I hope we win. Crystal Magnifying Glass. The suspect runs out the door, but at least nothing gets broken. In gratitude, the shopkeeper lets the crew keep one of the items Dante caught. The droid chooses a Crystal Magnifying Glass, which is used as a weapon on Silica. Oh. Keep this challenge booster. Finished Silica story card 8. It gives +2 to strength. Who gets negative strength? Dante does. We're going to give this to Dante. Going to give that to Dante. Okay. Actually, he's inactive. I should probably give this to somebody else right now because the second most common challenge is strength on Silica. Dude, I'm going to go crazy and I'm going to give it to Chen. That way he gets +3 because he already gets +1. Yeah, I'm going to go crazy with it. We'll use Chen if we run into a strength challenge. If you follow the suspect, go to Silica story card 3, or if you talk to the shopkeeper, go to 9. No, we got to follow the suspect. We're going to go to story card 3. We've got time to chat. The Rapid Force crew chases the female glass silicon into the Rainbow Alto Museum of Mirrors. The cacophony of colors cascading off cut glass construction outside has nothing on the multicolored mayhem manufactured by a museum of mirrors. Whew! They are summoned by... I guess it says that because that's a mouthful of words. They are surrounded by exquisite mirrors, the likes of which are only ever seen in palaces. Everywhere they turn, they see reflections of the suspect or of themselves. Dante attacks and breaks 3 mirrors before realizing this. Commander Chen can't help admiring himself in every mirror he passes. Even Tara takes time to fix her hair. As for Flipto, he becomes obsessed with a funhouse mirror that makes his gangly body look more human. As the door at the back of the museum closes, a young glass silicon man with crystal dreadlocks and a name tag identifying him as Chip comes over and says, "Dudes, can I help you?" Bro, it's me in glass form. I used to have dreadlocks. I had long dreadlocks down to my butt at one point, man. He even talks like me. "Dudes, can I help you?" Tara pulls herself away from the mirror long enough to ask Chip if he knows the glass silicon woman who just left. Chip nods, but tells the crew he can't give out personal information about patrons. Required challenge diplomacy. Convince Chip to help. Okay, Chip. His name like Chip Diamond, basically. He's like made of... No, he's made of glass. Okay, or like chipped glass. So it's a diplomacy check. Let's see. Who has diplomacy? Tara does. Tara has good diplomacy. We're going to go with her. Yeah, we're going to go with her. Okay. So we'll flip this. Wait, you could take back any one discarded challenge booster or assist item. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, we're going to use her because she gets +1 diplomacy. So we need a 5 or better, guys. Come on, Chip, please. No. No, raise the EPM meter by 2 and draw data 72. Is there anything we can do? There's got to be something we can do, guys. No. No, raise it by 2. Oh, man. That freaking sucks, dudes. No way. We failed. We failed to convince Chip to help us. He doesn't help us. So now, let me open up the box. There's something special that you have to do whenever you fail and you get all the way to 25 on the EPM meter. Oh, man. Dudes, we were so close. Why didn't my silicon version of myself help us out? What a freaking jerk. What a freaking jerk. Let's set this over here. Dang it, dudes. So the EPM meter reaches 25. The Rapid Forest crew has failed, and the Evil Power Master is victorious. Draw data 158 to see how the story ends. Dang, dude. Okay, we're going to draw data 158. I'm assuming it's like on the bottom. It is. It's time to see how the Evil Power Master accomplishes evil thing. Okay, if the signal tracker is at 17 to 24, go to Epilogue 3, Galactic Treadmills. Okay, so we're at 23 right now. So we're going to go to Epilogue 3, Galactic Treadmills. Oh, man. This was still fun, though. Let's see. Epilogue 3, Galactic Treadmills. Where even is that? Here it is. It's the last card. Oh, man, dudes. Let's see how the story ends, guys. Suddenly, Dante rises 4 feet in the air and spins rapidly, then stops with a jerk. The crew is startled. A large hologram projects from Dante's eye. A voice comes from Dante's speakers. This is a message from the Lacunian Emergency Broadcast System. The Alliance is under attack. The crew watches live as every planet in the Lacunian system explodes one by one. I read that like it was going to be the Evil Power Master. I guess it was more like, this is a message from the Lacunian Emergency Broadcast System. The Alliance is under attack. The crew watches live as every planet in the Lacunian system explodes one by one. All the planets. It's like Frieza from Dragon Ball Z, just holding up his finger, just blowing up planets, dude, one by one. The crew watches live as every planet explodes one by one. He did it, whispers Tara. The Evil Power Master destroyed everything. Realizing that the planet they are on is doomed, the crew races to the fizzlet and flies into a nearby black hole to escape the system's destruction. After exiting the black hole, the fizzlet reappears into a fully intact Lacunian system. Confused, they land on Lacus and step into the Great Hall during a meeting of Congress just as it's interrupted by a booming, metallic voice, the voice of the Evil Power Master. Give up, fools, your time has come. Give me total control of the Lacunian system or the planets will perish, including Hamog, Arith, and Earth. You have 3 days to comply. The hall erupts in chaos. Maybe, Chen says, we try again? The end, or is it? That is a cool ending, man. So we slip through a black hole. We go back in time. We're right back where we started. And we could try again if we wanted to. Dude, that was cool, man. We were so close. If only my my silicon glass dreadlocked version of myself could have helped us out, man. We probably would have won the game. But you know what, dudes? That was insanely fun. That was so interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed this very unique, very different game here. A choose your own adventure war with the Evil Power Master. Yeah, guys, can't recommend this one enough, dude. It is super, super fun. And there are a ton of other cards. There's so many other planets we could have gone to. There's a bunch of other cards in the planets that we visited that we didn't read, paths that we didn't choose. There's this big, massive stack of data cards that we didn't see everything. There's so much to explore and experience in this game, guys. And yeah, it is a really, really cool game. I hope you enjoyed that story time with old Game Night here, dudes. And if you did, be sure to hit the thumbs up like button, hit the red subscribe button, and click the bell so you can stay notified every time I upload brand new videos. And I'll have more single player tabletop games coming to the channel in the very near future. And until then, have a good one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.